Good morning students. I am Vaishali Hazare. Today I am going to teach you subject History and Civics. Standard 8 Subject History and Civics. Lesson number 2 Europe and India. In part now we are going to learn about Industrial Revolution. In the latter period of 18th century, there were many technological innovations in Europe. There was productions with the help of machines running on a stream. The cottage industries were replaced by big factories. Machines came to be used instead of handlooms. Railway and steamer became the mode of transportation. The age of machines began, and that is known as Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution began in England and then spread in other parts of West. During this period, England enjoyed industrial prosperity and came to be described as world factory. Now, rise of capitalism. With the discovery of new sea route, began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. Many traders came forward to trade with eastern countries through the sea route. It was not easy to carry out trade single-handedly, and hence many traders came together and started trade. Thus there was rise of many trading companies. Trade with Oriental countries was very profitable and responsible for economic prosperity. Hence, European rulers started giving military protections and trade concessions to these trading companies. This led to accumulation of wealth in Europe. This property was used in the form of capital for trade and commerce, which led to rise of capitalist economic system in Europe. Imperialism. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. Many countries from Asian and African continent fell prey to this imperialist aspiration of the European nation. Imperialism of British East India Company in India. There was competition among European countries for acquiring trade monopoly in India. The British established British East India Company in 600 AD to carry out trade in India. This company took a permission from Emperor Jahangir and established its factory in Surat. The trade between India and England was carried out through this company. Struggle between English and French. England and France were rivals in the competition for trade in India. Due to this, there were 3 wars fought between them, which are known as Carnatic Wars. In the Third Carnatic War, England finally defeated France. Therefore, now there was no strong European competitor for British East India Company in India. Foundation of rule of India Company in Bengal. The Bengal province was one of the most prosperous provinces in India. In 1756 AD, Siraj-ud-Dowla became the Nawab of Bengal. East India Company officers misused the trade concessions obtained from Mughal Emperor in Bengal province. The British built fortifications around the factory at Kolkata without the permissions of the Nawab. Hence, Siraj-ud-Dowla captured the factory at Kolkata. This created discontent in England. Robert Clive diplomatically briefed Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of the Nawab's army, and also promised to make him the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla and the British troops met at Plassey in 1757 AD. But under the leadership of Mir Jafar, the Nawab's army made no move to actually join the battle, and hence the Siraj-ud-Dowla was defeated. Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal with the support of British, but later he started protesting against the British, and hence his son-in-law Mir Qasim was made the Nawab. Mir Qasim tried to put restrictions on illegal trade of British, and hence once again Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. To restrict the activities of British in Bengal, Mir Qasim, Siraj-ud-Dowla, the Nawab of Ayodhya, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam formed an alliance and ran a campaign. In 1764 AD, Battle of Buxar was fought in Bihar. After this battle, British East India Company got the right to collect the revenue from Bengal province as per the Treaty of Allahabad. In this manner, the foundation of British rule in India was laid in Bengal. Now, British-Mysore struggle. Hyder Ali from Mysore state rebelled and took control of Mysore. After the death of Hyder Ali, his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. He tried his best to fight against the British. At the end, Tipu Sultan died in Battle of the Srirangapatna in 1799. In this manner, the British took control of Mysore territories. British control over Sindh. Thus strengthened the British powers in India, the English turned their attention toward northwest frontier. They feared that Russia might attack India, though Afghanistan, and hence the English started establishing their influence over Afghanistan. The route toward Afghanistan went through Sindh. The British understood the importance of Sindh and hence captured it in 1843. Fall of Sikh power. In the beginning of 19th century, the power in Punjab was in the hand of Ranjit Singh. After the death of Ranjit Singh, his minor son Duleep Singh came to throne. On his behalf, his mother, Queen Jindan, looked after the state affairs, but could not keep control over the officers. Taking advantage of this situation, the British briefed some of the Sikh Sardars. Sikh community, though that the British will attack Punjab, and hence they launched an attack on the British. In the First Anglo-Sikh War, the Sikh was defeated, but still Duleep Singh remained on the throne. But the growing impact of the British over Punjab was not acceptable to Sikh. The Mulraj, officer of Multan, revolted against the English. Thousands of Sikh soldiers participated in the war against the British. In the Second War, the Sikh had to face defeat again. In 1849, the British finally captured the entire region of Punjab. The Maratha were important strong ruler in India. How did the British strengthen their foundation of rule in India by defeating the Marathas will be studied in the next chapter.